Chapter 14. The executive director's hallway. John had never been down this part of Clearcreek. The dark and narrow passage that led toward Dr. 𝗓𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗓's office contained large portraits of Clearcreek's presidents. The 5 sets of painted eyes seemed to stare down at John. Dr. Stephen J. Gravers resembled the founder, Dr. Donald C. Crandall. Both men were tall and slender with small, dark eyes. "What can I help you with, Dr. Sanders?" John turned and saw the same face he'd been studying on the wall, but in person, Dr. Gravers' eyes appeared even darker. "Do you have a moment?" John asked. "I'd like to speak with you." "Certainly. Step into my office." The room was astonishing in size. Bookshelves filled to capacity lined the walls, antique furniture laid on plush carpet, and intricate frames enclosed awards and diplomas. The office spoke of power, elegance, and refinement. Dr. Gravers settled into his grand leather chair and announced his authority from behind the large cherry wood desk. He invited John to sit in a smaller cushioned chair. "Please excuse the dim lights," Dr. Gravers said. "I'm on the verge of a migraine. Bright lights seem to aggravate it." "Should I come back another time?" John asked. "No, this is fine. What can I help you with?" "It's regarding Dr. Landerson." "Yes?" "Well, I don't feel he's supportive of one of my patients." "Which patient is that?" "Rebecca Brownell." "And how's he not supportive?" "She's progressing fast enough that we should be looking at the next step of development for her." "And you don't feel that Dr. Landerson is doing this?" "No. I trust Dr. Landerson. He's been here for quite some time. A great deal longer than yourself." "I know. And I trust his judgment." "He's a smart man," John said. "I respect and admire him." "Do you listen to him?" "Generally." "Then I'm not sure what the problem is." "I want you to evaluate Rebecca's situation." "I have." "Recently?" "I trust Dr. Landerson. He's already spoken with me, and I support his decision. I suggest you do the same." For a moment, Dr. Gravers closed his eyes. His face suggested pain. When the dark eyes opened again, they focused on John's face. "Anything else, Dr. Sanders?" The eyes looked deeper, as if looking into John's soul, searching for secrets, searching for signs of wrongdoing. In an effort to stop the president's intense stare, John looked away. "So you won't reevaluate her situation?" "Sanders, you're young, inexperienced. Instead of being obstinate, I suggest you learn from others. It will benefit your talent and skills." "I'm trying." "We can use you here. You have a lot to offer Clearcreek and can become a great asset to this facility if you allow it." "Thank you." Dr. Gravers closed his eyes and stroked both eyebrows with his left hand. When his eyes opened again, his voice was softer. "I've been observing you. You have potential. I'd like to work with you, build you into a better doctor, a better person." "This is a good hospital." "It is. Our staff here is pretty stable, but we do have a sister outpatient facility. I foresee there being some shift in administration in the next 5 years. You'd need to calm some of your anxious desires, but I think we could be looking at some very promising long-term goals for you." "Okay. Work with me, Sanders. We keep you focused on psychotherapy, and after 5 years, you pass your exams, receive your diploma for excellence from the board, and the timing would be perfect. Remember that. In fact, let's make that your goal. It'd make a great future for you." "All right." Suddenly, John felt lightheaded. He was unprepared to think of these possibilities. His eyes scanned the room, and the towers of books overwhelmed him. The long desk stretched out, engulfing the office. He looked down, and his focus became lost in the carpet's darkness. However, when his eyes returned to the president's face, when the dark eyes connected with his, the trance was broken. His mind was grounded. He remembered why he was there. What about Rebecca? Yes, what about her? What can we do for her? Leave her be. She's not ready for change. Why? What are you saying? She's close, if we'll work with her. Dr. Sanders, listen to me. If she goes out there and doesn't survive, especially after Fawn Brown, the failure will reflect on you. This next disaster would be a setback in your career. You don't need something like this so early on. At the state hospital, we accepted the fact that some patients would have collapses and setbacks. Some would return. It wasn't an issue for the staff there. And neither is their reputation. Dr. Gravers leaned back and folded his arms across his chest. We have a standard to uphold here, and we've done a very good job maintaining that standard. Now work with us, not against us. That's why I came to see you. Good. Remember that loyalty. But I want to help her. And you are, Dr. Gravers said. I keep a careful watch on her. She's special to me. Now don't worry. When the time's right for Rebecca, she'll find a new home. There were other words John wanted to say, but he was too tense. Finally, he said, Why do you think she's been here for this long? Dr. Gravers shook his head, displeased with the question. She's not ready. We're doing our best to meet her needs. We can't push things faster than she's ready. In addition to all that, you realize that she has no one, no family, no support network, nothing. I know. Well, I care about this patient. I feel a personal responsibility to protect her. She's better off here than living on the streets. You understand that, don't you? Unwillingly, John nodded his head. Good. Then you should have no problem following the counsel Dr. Landerson gives you in regards to her situation. Trust me, Clearcreek is taking good care of Miss Brownell. As with all of our patients, her welfare is our ultimate concern.